So I received this question on one of my videos. Can a borehole supply 10 acres of rice farm in a dry season? I will try as much as possible not to sound too technical, but the answer is a big yes and a super big no. Let's start from the beginning. Let's consider how much water is needed to grow 1 acre of rice farm per season. It takes about 130 to 150 days for a full growing season. 1 acre would require about 5 million liters of water for the traditional growing method. That's 33,333 liters per day for the next 150 days. And when I see the traditional growing method, I mean the flooded cultivation method, where the farm will be flooded to a water depth of about 4 inches. For 10 acres, you would need at least 333,330 liters of water per day, or 50 million liters of water per growing season of 150 days. Now, can one borehole produce about 333,000 liters of water per day? What that means is that the borehole should be able to discharge at least 13,875 liters of water per hour and 231 liters per minute. You will need at least 12 kilowatt submersible pump with a pipe connection size of at least 2.5 inches, and the borehole would have to be at least 200 meters. And if you are lucky enough to hit the aquifer with enough underground water by 100 meters, then good for you. But that is not all. Since we are targeting almost 14,000 liters of water per hour, and our discharge outlet is 2.5 inches, then you can't drill the conventional borehole size of 5 inches. Your borehole diameter or casing diameter must be at least 8 inches, since the size of the submersible pump would have to be 6 inches. Now, how do we ascertain that this quantity and flow rate is achieved? I would have said we wouldn't know that until the borehole is drilled and the pump test is carried out to know the flow rate and the quantity of your water. In the past, most hydrogeological surveys utilized an electrode technique where charges are passed into the ground to detect the fractured zones. These zones are expected to have water. Unfortunately, it's not always successful. Very few times, these zones are waterless. They are dry or with just very little water. There is, however, another device called Irrigate. It's also a thermometer from Germany. This machine is said to have a 90% success rate in locating not just fractured zones, but aquifers. So an aquifer, to put it simply, is an underground water reservoir. And if you can hit this zone, then you may be more than able to get more than enough water. So if you are consulting a borehole drilling company, request that they use Irrigate. And if they don't have it, just consult any company, any geological company, or you can even consult CSIR to do the geological survey for you, because I know they do have that. Now, let's assume that you have been able to do your survey, and the survey said the aquifer is around 250 meters deep. Your second headache would be the borehole drilling machine being able to drill up to that depth. Most of the borehole drilling machines around can only go up to 150 meters, and it will be very risky to drill more than that with a 10 inches drilling bit. These drilling bits are quite heavy, and the drilling rod would become too heavy for the drilling machine to carry at that depth, and that may pose serious trouble for them. If by chance you got any drilling machine that could drill that deep, the cost of drilling, the construction, and the mechanization would almost certainly equate to drilling 10 boreholes. So what about dry seasons? Yes, dry seasons do affect shallow aquifers. But if you are lucky enough to drill deep enough into a stable aquifer, then you wouldn't be affected. Over-extraction can also affect the water table. If there are a lot of people extracting from the same aquifer heavily, the water level may drop down below your pump suction level, making you short water faster than them. So can one borehole supply 10 acres of rice farm, producing about 14,000 liters of water per hour? Yes, but it will be very expensive. I hope this answers your question. Stay creative and stay blessed.